Welcome back. I'm going to be overhauling and rebuilding the fuel injectors. I've got a box of them here. They're pretty clean. I've spent a lot of time, a couple of hours cleaning those. But let's put those out of the way. I'm just going to concentrate on one. I've got too much to hand. I'm very light to knock it on the ground, and being I'm working outside in the street, that'll be far from good. Okay. The main thing with the injectors, I've already I tested each one on camera, and what did I test them for? I tested to make sure that they make a click. They should click. Each one does click, and when they click, there's a tiny little pin on the end here in the nozzle. Let's just, yeah, that. Ooh, there we go. That little tiny shiny piece in the centre is a pin. When it clicks, it pulls back. Just pulls back and opens the valve very slightly, just for a split second, lets a little squirt of fuel through. And there's a cap. You can barely see it, but I'll trim that off with a knife in a few minutes. We'll just let the car pass, and I'll trim that off with a knife very carefully. And we've got replacement caps here. Yeah, they're definitely the replacement caps. And inside the inlet, there's a tiny little filter, a little brass filter, which is, you know, that would have never been out in approaching 40 years. And here are the tiny little filters. And so I'm just going to, first things first, let me get this, I'll need this in a minute, I'll show you. Let's put that out of the way. Put the kit out of the way. Let's put this, yes, this is just, this cap goes on just here. And there'll be another little, there'll be a little rubber inside. Let's see if I can flick that out without doing any damage. Quite awkward working in the street early in the morning. It's limited light. Here it comes, I think. Just don't want to damage the outer. Here it comes. That's it. Come on. So that's actually, now I can see there's a lot of dirt inside there. Scrape some off on the, yeah, there's a lot of dirt. That'll have to be cleaned, but no problem. And I do have in the kit these little, they're replacements as well. So we'll fish those out in a few minutes. Let's just pop this one out of the way. What do I need to do? Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a screw to, I don't want to screw all the way in, obviously. I've got to not screw any deeper than the actual filler neck. So what's that? Yeah. Whoop! Oh, you silly devil. Okay, I've just dropped on the floor. Let me just pause the camera. Right, I'm back. I just knocked this on the ground. It fell on the road, and this little cap flicked onto the neighbour's car, so I've retrieved it. In fact, let's put this out of the way, because I keep knocking things, and being as I'm in the street, I don't want to be losing anything. I won't be needing that knife. I won't need that screwdriver. Yes, I will. Okay. What I was saying, I'm going to pull out the filter cap with a screw, and I expect it to be quite tight, and I don't want to break it. So if I use the small screw, I'll be sort of trying to pull it with the pliers. What I'm going to do is put a much longer screw in, so that with the hole in the pliers here, hopefully I'll be able to sort of slide it and knock it out. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So let's just turn that a few turns in. So it will definitely be the first time this has ever been done to this car. And of course I don't want to go too deep with the screw, no deeper than the filler neck. Working in the street as usual. I've got a towel over a bin. There we go. Is that biting? I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay, let's see if we can knock it out. Like a slide hammer almost. There we go. Whoop. And it hasn't brought it out. So let's just go in a little bit tighter. I did expect this to be a devil, being as they've not been out in 37 years, I think. Okay, tying that a tiny bit more. Yes, I've done it. Here it is. Got the little, oh, it is dirty and full of rust, and but it's out in one piece. Wow, there's quite a lot of rubbish. I don't know if we can zoom in and have a look down the, probably not actually, but don't think that it's too dark. But there's quite a lot of rust. Just muck, and I've got a screwdriver which I think just about fits. I'm not going to ram it in. I'm just going to, and I'm doing it. I'm not doing it downwards. I don't want any of this dirt or muck to fall downwards. I'm doing it upside down, and I do expect quite a bit to fall out. Yeah, look in the palm of my hand there, look. That's just a couple of turns. Yeah, that was all. So yeah, that's brought out most of it. And what I'll do, before I let's have a look. I was going to get a little bit of emery as well. Let me just pause. Right, I'm back. I've just been and paused the camera and fetched a little strip of emery paper. I'm going to roll it up best I can and try and let's have a look. I think that will be I won't want the whole roll, that's for sure. Just roll it up the best I can. Just clean the inner neck. But notice I'm doing it downwards. I want any dust to fall down. I do not want any dust to fall inside. There we go. That's better. Bit cleaner. There we go. I'm sure that's enough. I don't need to go mad. Now I need to take my little knife. I've got a knife somewhere. I'm going to put a few of these bits and pieces just on the floor. There we go. Now then, I need to take the knife and just very carefully, without slashing myself, I need to just slice this cap off. You can't really pull them off, but you should be able to slice it off. Yeah, that's coming off reasonably easily, and it will expose the tip, the injector tip that opens and closes, and we do not want to be damaging that. I'll show you the little here we go. I'll show you the little cap in a minute and how we're going to fit the new cap. There we go. Is that enough? Still not enough. Let's just I'm being cautious because I don't want to slice myself. I don't particularly like using sharp blades against my skin, or I'm not against the skin, but there's a risk here. There we go. Is that off? It is well and truly on there, isn't it? But then again, it's been there nearly 40 years, so it's brittle, and it's turning now. I wonder if that's going to come off. There we go. It's off, and you can just see there's about a millimetre or 1.5 millimetres of tip sticking out. We've got to be extremely careful not to damage that. It's crucial not to damage that. Right, let me get this little kit, and we need to open. I need one filter. One filter, and what else do I need? One of these tips. One of these tips. Actually, while we're at it, let's just slice this open. I'll have one of those rubber grommets, whatever they're called. Put the kit out of the way. I'm just going to put that rubber out of the way as well. and I need. I've got a rubber grommet here, and let's just pull this off. The plastic pulls off. It's just a plastic cap pulls off the tool, and I've drilled a hole in the centre. What I'm going to do is pop the cap in there, and when it gets pressed in, I want to make sure that the tip, you probably can't see it poking out on camera. You can just see it there. I want to make sure that tip goes into the hole and doesn't press against the plastic and risk getting damaged. So let's just pop that back on the tool. I'm a bit clumsy here in the street. I'm working in semi-darkness. it's literally just light enough to work. All right, let's just by hand. Let's just pop the little brass. I'm not going to force it in, and not under my fingernails. And let's pop that on. But that needs quite some pressure now. Okay, unlock. I'm just going to use this unit. It's just a trigger slide thing. Easy enough. Lock it. Pop the knife out of the way. Now if I just pull these trigger, this should press the brass. Let's have a look. I'm doing it really carefully. Yep. Oh, it's pressed the nozzle on straight away. So theoretically now the tip should be poking through that hole. I just need to press a bit harder and get the brass. Tell you what, the brass is very hard. It's not going in. I'm going to take off the protective covering because it's sinking into the protective cover, and I'm just going to do it straight against, hard against the plastic here, the harder plastic. That's it, it's going in. Just need to turn it round so that all the pressure doesn't go in one place. It's going. There we go, it's nearly in. That's it, it's in. Yeah. Actually, I think that needs a tiny little bit more, if I'm truthful with you. I think it needs just one more little squeeze. Let's put the, I've broken the glue. It was glued, but never mind. Just hold it in the right place. Right. I don't want to do any damage, that's why I'm being so cautious here. Ah, that's better. That's completely in now. So we've got a brand new filter in, and let me just here we go. Amazing. That's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we've got a brand new cap, no damage to the tip, and a brand new filter. So what do I need to do now? Yeah, I need to clean this really, but all I need to do is push that new insert in there, and then you slide this on. Cool, that's tight, very tight. It's very tight, but maybe they are supposed to be that tight. I don't know. This is very, very tight. I'm not going to do it on camera. I'll clean it first, then I'm going to force that on. But it is quite a tight fit because that's brand new. The other ones must have sort of shrunken slightly with age, and they are plastic. They're oil based, so they would shrink. So we're lucky that we weren't getting leakage there. But I do need to do a bit more cleaning here, and then slide this whole thing on. And that's it. That injector's ready to go back in the car.